Hey, this is Lee with Tallahassee Mobile Mechanic. This is a 2010 Hyundai Elantra. Has old gas in it. Smells like varnish. So we're going to drain the fuel tank on this and put some fresh gas in it because it won't run on what's in there. But anyway, to get to the fuel pump where you can take it out, drain the gas, behind the seat here, there's a 12mm bolt. There's also one on that side. Take it out and you can take the bottom seat out. Here they are. Once you get the bolts out, you can lift up on the seat, pull it out, set it off to the side. Under here, this is where the fuel pump is. 4 Phillips screws holding that down. All the screws are out. Lift up this panel. You can see right there, that's the fuel pump. Unplug the wiring harness from the fuel pump. There's a couple plugs on here. Right there. Get this out of your way. Next, fuel lines right there. Over the fuel pump here is this little rubber ring. This rubber ring needs to come up and off of there so that you can get to the lock underneath. To remove this lock ring that's on here, this is different than all the other ones you see on YouTube. So this one, just like all the others, you can put something in there and beat on it so it'll start to spin this. Once this spins, you can lift this ring off and lift the pump out, but you'll need a hammer, something to fit inside that hole so you can beat it and turn it. Once you get it loose enough, it will turn by hand. And you can lift it up, take it out of there, and the pump now is free to pull out. Just be careful when you pull it out. Got a float on there that will get stuck if you're not orienting it in the right direction. Also on the side of this pump, it's got a little plastic hose right there. You need 2 hands. Can't do this with a camera, but to get that hose from sticking to the side, you need to use your other hand. And there you can see the float mechanism there. The float is what's holding me up now. 2 hands, put the camera down. All right, got it off. Now we're just letting the fuel drain back in there. Pumps out. This car's got just over half a tank of gas in it. Don't know if you can see it or not, but this gas is just filthy. Look, you can see the floaters in there. It's old, turned to a varnish. Smells bad. Not flammable, won't run. I have a fuel pump that I purchased on Amazon. Got a power switch on the back of it. It says it wants 3/8 fuel line. This is 3/8 fuel line. It's not big enough. It should have 1/2 inch. Stuck down in the tank. Fuel flow goes this way. Gonna come out here into this. Aside from that switch on there, there's another one right here. Fuel running into this gas can. Seems to have pretty good fuel flow and running for maybe 20 seconds. This is a 6-gallon can. The pump said it should do about 3 gallons per minute. Took about a minute, a little longer than a minute to fill up this can. So I think the fuel flow is a lot faster than what they say, but it's working. Yeah, you can see the flow on this, and you can see the fuel is kind of yellow color. Very bad. Oh, that looks trippy on the camera. Maybe you won't be able to see that at all. This is going in the bucket, but we are going to burn this. All right, tank is nearly dry with old fuel. A little bit left in there, isn't gonna matter. Add some new fuel into it and it will just burn it out with the rest of the fuel. But this is full and about 2.5 gallons right there. Now we're going to reinstall fuel pump. Make sure this O-ring here is in the place it should be so that it will seal the pump and not leak. There we go, I got it in there inside the lip. Seems like it's way too big, but it's squeezed in there. Put the fuel filter screen in first and the float. Try to remember what direction this was facing when you started. It needs to go back in the same orientation. When you're putting it in, if it doesn't seem to go in all the way right, don't force it. When it's clocked in the right position, it fits right in there snug. Once you got it in there in the right position, put the ring back on that's holding it down and tighten her up. Connect your hoses where they belong, your wires where they belong, and this will go back on here. When you get this ring on, it should be able to screw down by hand a little bit, and then this shouldn't move. Once you got it screwed down so it don't move, opposite direction, beat it, tighten it back up. You got that ring tightened down on there. Go ahead and put your little rubber gasket back in place. Push it down over it, make sure it's good and sealed in there. You can reconnect your fuel lines and your wires back where they belong. Wires connected, hoses back on. Put this back into place. Put your screws back in the holes. Don't over tighten them. They're just little plastic things holding it down. All tightened down. Put the back seat back in. Remember, when you put the back seat in, you got seat belts to deal with, so try and make them stay up here so they don't get lost under the seat. And under the seat, place to lock in place here. Also a different one on the other side. There you have it. That's how you change the fuel pump on a 2010 Hyundai Elantra, or just drain the gas can or gas tank if you want to.